and then reapplying makeup. I hate having to do that, but duty calls. You guys want some tutorials. For this look, I think I want to do like an all brown neutral smoky eye, obviously because this is more of a cool tone palette, but you do have some browns that lean more cool neutral. We're gonna start off with the shade right here, which is a blend shade. I am using a BK Beauty 201 brush for this, and we're going to put this everywhere. So this is going to be a pretty simple brown smoky eye. Next, we're going into the smoke shade with a BK Beauty 202, and I'm going to blend this, mostly focusing this color on the outer corner, and then whatever's left on the brush, work it inwards, just like so. And this color blends out beautifully and really smokes everything out. Next, we're using the shade right here, which is labeled as outer eyelid, but I think it's a beautiful neutral deep brown. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply it. I just find it easier with shimmer shades, as most people do. And then to make everything seamless, go in with your crease brush and work it in. Next, we're taking the black shade in the middle. I'm using a Morphe M507, and I'm slowly packing this into the outer portion of the crease. This palette just screams smoky eye to me, so when I grab it, I just want to always do something that's really smoky. And I'm just using a touch of the black, nothing crazy, just to add that little extra depth. We're gonna take this shade right here, which is a center eyelid shade. I'm gonna use this to highlight the inner corner. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera, finish the rest of my face, and when I'm back, this eye will be done, but we're just gonna finish this half of the look. So for the lower lash line, I'm taking my Tom Ford 14 brush, and we're taking the smoke shade. We're gonna start off with this. Make sure you tap off the excess and trace this all the way along the lower lash line. And then take just a touch of the black shade to smoke it out. Just a touch, and if you have a little bit too much, bring it along the upper lash line like so. If you want it to be a little bit more feathered out, just smokier, I'm taking the small M507 from Morphe. Just working the shades. Okay, so that's all for shadow. I'm gonna do liner and lashes, and you'll see the final look. Alright, you guys, so here is the first look, as you can see, so you can get an idea. It's just this gorgeous neutral brown smoky eye. I'm obsessed with this look. Please try it out. It's so easy to do. So for the second look, I'm looking to do something a little bit more open-eyed and awake. So to start, I'm going to mix this brown crease shade with this grayish transition shade, and we're going to get the best of cooler gray and cooler brown with this mix. I'm using a BK 21, and I'm focusing most of the color on the outer corner to start, and then whatever's left over on my brush, I'm going to move it forward. This palette does not have a lot of mattes, so you'll find that I'm using kind of the same matte shades. I would have liked to have seen a bit more variety in the mattes with this palette. I mean, but they are essential colors that are going to be used a lot when you use this palette. With the Tom Ford 14 brush, I'm going into this smoke shade. So for this, I want to create kind of like a winged out effect. So I'm going to focus this starting on the outer half of my lash line, and then we're going to bring it out, almost like a little bit of a smoky wing. And then whatever's left over on your brush, I really packed it on. I'm just going to kind of blend up into the outer corner of my crease. And I'm even blending it all the way up here, kind of creating this V shape. Really work on softening those edges. So as you can see, we're keeping the depth out here, and I'm going to take some of my Kaleidos Tone Activator and a Refer 21 brush, and I like this because it's a little bit more sheer. It's not really thick or super pigmented, but I want to just open up this eye area really. So I'm taking the Kaleidos Tone Activator, pressing it down, and then I'm blending it out with my finger just to really brighten. And I actually think I want to add kind of a cut crease guide. So I'm just gonna do that, fill it in a little bit. but just really rough, not super crisp. I'm not going for that look. With the Wayne Goss number 7, I'm taking this inner corner color. Now this is one of 2 shades that kind of have that crystal powder formula, so I really want this all over the lid. And I'm gonna do kind of a really soft, almost faux cut crease, and this brush is perfect for that because it gives you that defined edge, but obviously it's not gonna be as harsh as like a real cut crease. And you see how gorgeous this shade is, and I'm basically just mapping out that cut crease shade with this brush, and I'm not going to blend it up. I'm just going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to take those first 2 crease colors that we mixed together on my Morphe M507, and I'm going to bring the depth back into this area like so. Even go in with a little bit of the smoke shade that we used. I'm loving this look, so I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and then I'll do the lower lash line with you guys. So for the lower lash line, we're again going to mix these 2 shades. I'm using my Tom Ford 14 brush. I'm gonna run this along the outer half of my lower lash line. Want to keep it very cool, not too dark. And then we're gonna take this shade again also, and we're gonna stamp it along the inner half of the lower lash line. So this is gonna keep this eye very nice and bright. You can bring it into the inner corner as well. But do you see just how completely different these 2 eye looks? How this one, I mean, it's nice, deep, and smoky, but this one, my eyes are just like popping and bright and awake. So let me finish the look and then you'll see kind of the final eye. Okay, with liner and lashes, here is the second look. Cover it so that you can see. Very bright-eyed, super cool. I really love it, and I highly recommend you try this look out. I really enjoy it. So for the last and final look, I wanted to play with a couple colors that I haven't had the opportunity to put on my eye yet. Same old BK201, and we're taking the brown crease shade. I'm going to blend this everywhere. This shade is going to complement the pinky eye shade that you guys wanted me to use in a look. So I'm using it in this look, and I'm just getting a nice, simple crease blend right now. For some depth, we're going into the smoke shade with a 202 brush. Brush is from BK Beauty, by the way, and we're focusing this on the outer corner. Same techniques. It's just the most flattering, you know? And then also run it along the outer half of the lower lash line with whatever is left. And I'm not going for too much depth, just to bring in a little bit of it. So the 2 colors that I hadn't gotten to try that I wanted to try were this shade and this shade, so I figured I'd put them both in this look. So we're starting off with this pinky shade right here. I'm using a Wayne Goss 07 brush, and I'm literally going to pat this shade everywhere, and you can see it does have that gorgeous pinky tone to it, very slight. This color is going to look fabulous with the gray side. So if you're playing with the gray tones, put this all over the lid. You won't regret it. It will look fabulous. I wish I could do a 4th look playing with the grays in this shade. I just applied that to the inner third of the lid. With this Kaleidos S3 brush, we're taking the center eyelid color, which is a little bit more golden. And this shade isn't necessarily warm, but it's definitely on the warmer side, or leaning a little bit more neutral as opposed to gray. And this is just showing you that you can mix a little bit more warmer tones with some cooler tones. Like I said, this isn't completely warm, but I'm gonna go in with my finger. Applied the shimmer a bit too high, hold on. And then also apply this golden color to the inner half of the lower lash line, and it's gonna really play with how you put it on the upper eyelid. This is a look, it's not super extravagant. I wanted to keep this tutorial very wearable for you guys, very user-friendly, and I just think it plays with the pinky gray tones and a little bit more of the warmer side of this palette. So I'm going to do liner and lashes, and I'll show you the final look. Alright, so with lashes and liner, here is the final look. What I really like about this look is I feel like it's super simple, it's very wearable, you'll feel very comfortable, but there's just a little bit of fun pop in there that you know exists. You know, like you put the pink color with the gold color. Nobody else is, but you know. Sorry, I'm having a really rough hair day. It's been a filming session, let me just say that. Let me know what your favorite look was. I think mine was the brown smoky eye that I created on this eye. It was, I'm obsessed with it. That's like me in an eye look. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorials. Overall, I am really loving this palette. I think it is fantastic. And there's so many more looks that I want to create with this palette. Like I wish I would have done like an all black smoky eye. I wish I would have done a gray and pink look. I wish I would have done like a halo eye. So many different looks that I want to create. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed to my channel already, I would absolutely love it if you would consider taking the time to do so, and I will see